Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. All right, Queen of Cups. This is a lot of emotional work, right? This is us lifting the veil of our own feelings, our own depths, our own soul. I feel like you're somebody who is doing a lot of emotional work right now. You're discovering, I feel like you're discovering your worth, right? You're finding that inner gold, right? That inner sort of Ace of Cups, yeah. You're understanding your worth through self-awareness, not through external validation, okay? That you're realizing in the depths of your soul what you want, what you deserve in life, and how you're not going to put up with anything less, okay? This is the card that has different levels to our sort of emotions, to our desires and our feelings. There's the surface level, the reflective surface of the water, right? Which is a life where we're just sort of doing what everybody's doing. I'm just reflecting the world around me. If I walk into a room and it's low vibes, I'm low vibes too. It just doesn't matter. It's, it's the easiest level, right? And then there's the shallow end, right, which is the next sort of section. And that is where we are sort of living our life with the motto, if it feels good, do it more. If it feels bad, do it less. And that's pretty simple too. It's an easy way to do it, but there's something deeper in you that is motivating you. There's something deeper in life that you really, truly want. And I feel that it is beyond the surface level. It's beyond pleasure and pain. Because sometimes we're going to suffer for what we really, really want, what we really love. Okay? And sometimes what we really, really love and what we really, really want is going to make us not at all reflective of what the rest of the people are doing. So I feel like you're someone who is radically accepting yourself, radically loving yourself. You know who you are, you know what you want, and we're having that discovery, and we are realizing all that it implies. Okay? I feel like you're maybe a bit of a daydreamer as well, I feel like you're different than the people around you. Yeah. There's something about you that doesn't quite fit in with like normal people. Yeah. And I think that is one of your best qualities, that you are unique and individual. Well, let's put this card into a little bit of context, and let's see what could be going on here for you. A Two of Cups, the urge to merge. Yes, exactly. So this is you kind of finding inside of you that thing that you want more than anything in life, and it's love. It could be divine love, self-love, platonic love, romantic love. This could be a sense of purpose. There's an urge to merge with something or someone. Okay. We have an Eight of Swords. Yeah, it's kind of typical for you, Gemini. It's Jupiter in Gemini. You're a classic overthinker. We've got the Death card behind us. Again, a lot of emotional processing going on. Yeah. You have the Art or Temperance card up top. You've got a Princess of Pentacles in the future. This is really, really good. What do we have over here? We have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is inside of you. Now, this is really good. Usually, we've got this the other way around. The Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. Usually, this is kind of neat. Usually, we see it like this, where inside of you, you feel like you are ready to expand. You're ready to grow. There's something out there for you. You just know it. But the Hierophant in the environment, this is the worst place for the Hierophant, right? Usually we see it this way. And it's a lot of pressure coming from outside other people, culture, friends, family, society, the internet, institutions of life that are trying to tell you who you are and who you're supposed to be. And then we're just kind of out there, cookie cutter. We're just reflecting what we think the world wants of us. But you've got it the other way around. This is a crazy alignment. Because now it says that you are the one deciding who you are. This authority comes from inside of you. And the rest of the world is going to sort of, is going to fall into place for you, right? Now, we can't control the world, obviously, but we can create our own personal reality. And I feel like this is a really great alignment. This is good luck. This is serendipity. This is fortune, right? This is expansion. This is a positive Jupiter energy in your life right now. And we have a 9 of Pentacles. And we have a 4 of Swords. Very good. The 4 of Swords, I think, is a perfect correction to our 8 of Swords. So I'm glad we've resolved that. You're not overthinking things anymore. You are, you're very much sort of accepting yourself, and you're sort of firm. Like you don't have to dwell. There's nothing for you to dwell on anymore. Okay? You're living your life. You got to trust it. You got to trust this feeling that you have right here. You trust that you know yourself, and trust that once you start pursuing this purpose and this destiny that you feel deep inside of you, your own Holy Grail, your own Ace of Cups, once you start pursuing that and desiring with all of your being to merge with this, the universe will activate. The wheel of fortune will start to turn in your favor. The universe will conspire to help you. You'll find the right people, places, and things will be placed on your path when and where you need them. Okay? It's really, really wonderful alignment. Now let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here with Bubo, the mechanical owl, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments. Okay? Now, as we take a look around the room, we see major, 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 major. So we got the four major arcana energies. And, we have the death card, the art card. Both of these are, well, all of these are cards of change. This is the card that doesn't change. It's a fixed earth energy. This is something sacred. This is something that isn't changing. Okay? Again, if it's like this is like you're changing because the rest of the world won't. This way, though, this is a cosmic alignment. The rest of the world is changing because you're not going to. Okay? And this is magic. This is you have a fixed belief inside of you that this is the life meant for you, that this is what you want, this is what you're pursuing, whether this is romance, whether this is a sense of purpose, whether this is you playing guitar or reading a book or singing a song. It doesn't matter what it is. You are achieving that. The elements of the world are going to align to make this happen because you're investing yourself into this purpose, this project, or whatever it might be. Maybe this is spiritual development. Maybe this is a family thing. Maybe this is romance, a relationship of another kind. Maybe this is a business, right? You're finding out what you really want in life, and you're going after it. And you're not going to budge, right? Well, of course, you're going to be flexible, and you're going to grow, and you're going to learn, and all this kind of stuff. But your purpose, the fact that you want this and this is sacred to you, that is not going to change. That is a fixed earth energy. That is a hierophant inside of you. Okay? Again, way better than the hierophant in the environment. Anyway, we don't have any fire at the moment, but we do have water and water, air and air, earth and earth. Okay? No fire in the reading, which is interesting, because I feel as if this is, we're preparing to take the first step. And we're realizing that this is going to be a difficult road. We got the temperance card up above you. And, this is realizing that I'm going to have to put myself on the blacksmith's anvil. I'm going to have to be like hammered by life. Can I take it? If I pursue this goal, whatever the Two of Cups goal is for you, it's that love. You love something so much that you want to pursue that goal. It's kind of asking like, can you handle the resistance from other people? Can you handle the resistance from your own mind, the overthinking? Can we deal with that? Can we handle the pressure of this? Can we handle, if it were the case that the people in your life abandon you, could you handle it? Is it worth it for you? Is it that worth it? Does this mean enough to you that you're willing to endure the hardships? Okay? Because again, I was, like I said at the beginning, it's very possible that what you find deep inside of you that you really truly love is not going to be at all what the rest of the people are doing. So it's kind of putting you at odds with everybody else. There's something that makes you stand out, right? Can you handle that? Can you handle if people are criticizing you? Can you handle if there are some setbacks? Okay? Do you have what it takes? Can you become who you need to become in order to get it done? Let's say you want to be a baseball player. Okay, it's good. You love it so much that you're willing to what? Eat right, go to the gym, practice, 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 practice. Maybe not see your friends or your family very often because you're what? You're practicing. So that's kind of the thing, because you have to become the person who can do that. You want to become I want to become a business owner. Okay. Do you know what it takes to become a business? What are the qualities of a business owner? I don't know. Attention to detail, multitasking, innovation, creativity, leadership, stuff like that. Can you be that person? Because the situation, when you go into it, you're going into it raw. You're going into it as a Princess of Pentacles. It's like the raw material, an uncarved block, right? The situation is going to hammer you into the person that you need to become who can do that. And the only way that you become the person that has the qualities of a professional baseball player, I don't know, physically strong, stamina, maybe fast runner, maybe you're good reaction times, I don't know. So those qualities are only going to be developed when you go out into the world and you get in the pressure cooker and you allow yourself to be you allow those parts of you to be developed. You see what I mean? So that's the pressure cooker. But we have the Eight of Swords underneath where it's just kind of like, well, I don't know if I got what it takes. No, we might not have it now, but we'll acquire it. Okay? And I think that's the point. Where there's a will, there's a way. When there's this much love, when this is the only thing that we really care about right now, and this is the thing we want to do, we will find a way to become the person that can do that thing. Okay? So the 8 is a lot of rumination. I feel like we're kind of thinking about it. We're sort of scratching our chin and thinking, I just don't know. I just don't know if I have what it takes. Can I handle the pressure? Can I handle the rejection? Can I handle the adversity? Do I have the skills? Can I acquire the skills that I need? Okay, and maybe we have to have a real, deep conversation with ourselves. It's like, okay, I want to be a professional baseball player. Okay, typically they're young. Okay, am I young? No. Can I acquire that skill? No. So maybe for me, I don't think I could do the professional baseball player thing now, because I might have aged out of that sort of, the window for that, right? But I could still do something baseball related if I wanted to. I could still play in an over 40 league at the Y or something, or you know what I mean. There's still a way to be involved, right? But we have to be very honest with ourselves. And I think that we need this Jupiter in Gemini to sort of believe that we can do it, to find a way. And you have a very interesting way of thinking, You're able to make connections in a lot of ways that most people can't. So I feel like if you thought about this enough, you'll find a way to make it work, even if it's not literally like, I want to be the first person to go to Mars, right? Maybe I'm not, I don't think I could really be that person, like in a reasonable way, maybe not, but maybe I can still do something space travel related. Like how else can we fit in there to satisfy this deep desire and this deep love that we have? So your goals don't have to be that specific. Okay, but what it means is that we have to find a way to fulfill this desire of ours in a way that is like practical, in a way that is actually possible for us to do. Now, I'm not saying to not aim high. Aim as high as you can, aim for the stars, yeah, and be be able to figure out the details perhaps as we go along. Okay? And I feel like our goals have to be somewhat reasonable, but we still want to have them, we still want to have big goals. You know, I want to be the first person to travel at the speed of light, right? Okay, well, that's maybe not. I don't think that's feasible, right? So that might kind of go against our logic, but okay, let's go for it. And who do I need to be to do that? What do I have to do in order to make that happen, right? And then we kind of figure things out as we go. And it might not be that we ever achieve that particular goal, but we're fulfilling this urge to merge. We're fulfilling this path that we feel this is who we are and this is what we really want, okay? Anyway, with the Death card in the background, I feel like you have released a lot of emotional anchors. You've processed a lot of things. I think we've purged a lot, and we realize that we're not getting rid of anything. We're not technically letting go of anything. What we're doing is recycling the energy. Okay? Energy that's recycled can then be applied to something else. This Death card here may symbolize the death of the old you that was living on the surface or living in the shallow end, that we are now transforming into, I have this radical self-honesty. I know what I want in life, and I'm going to go after it, whatever it takes. I'm going to go all in for myself, you know? And this is perhaps the shedding of a skin. Perhaps this is the again, the kind of the death of our old self and the emerging of our new and authentic self. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to love what I love. I'm not going to love what other people are telling me I should love. I'm not going to just conform to what other people are doing just so I fit in. I am unique, and I have something that's true to me. You know, how disappointing is it in life to deny yourself what you truly want in life, just for the sake of just kind of trying to fit into the flow of whatever our environment is. Okay? That's denying something very authentic about ourselves. And I feel like you're done doing that. So the Death card's in the background. Okay? We talked about the pressure cooker. You do have your Princess of Pentacles here in the future position. This is... again, the uncarved block. This is, you have to invest in this situation. Whatever it is that you love, if this is a relationship, if this is your own sort of skills, this is the business you're trying to make, this is the art project you're trying to complete, or, you know, the relationship you're trying to have, you got to invest in it. You've got to put time, effort, energy, and or money into this. And it will become what you want it to become. Now, the idea here is that we have to enjoy the work too. Because if we say, I want to travel at the speed of light, and that's the only thing that's going to satisfy me, the road to getting there is going to be a long and difficult road, and we may never actually ever get there. So we have to be able to appreciate the journey for what it is. Who I've become on this path of trying to travel at the speed of light has made me the person that I am, and it's been a wonderful journey. It's been a wild journey, even if I never actually get to be that person. Even if I never actually travel at the speed of light. I don't know why I picked that one, because I don't know anything about it. I don't know how we would do it. We'd have to have zero mass and something, I don't know. But if we're not enjoying the journey, and we put all of our stock into the goal itself, we're going to have a pretty hard time, okay? Because what if we don't actually get the goal? What if it doesn't actually work out in that flawless, perfect way that we originally envisioned it? What if we have to settle? What if we fall a little bit short? Well, if we've enjoyed the ride, it doesn't really matter how close we came. I got pretty close to the speed of light. That's fine with me, you know? And so we realize that we have to enjoy the building. We have to enjoy the journey of this as well, okay? And again, this card represents you in the sense that you don't have everything that you need right now. You have all the raw materials. You have the brain and the body and the heart and the mind and the soul that can do it, but you might have to gain the skills and develop certain qualities in yourself in order to be the person that is going to that has the qualities of the person who does the thing, right? And that, of course, is the Hierophant. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. Okay. Now, were you in a talent show when you were a kid? I feel like you were there was something that you were very, very interested in as a kid, and I feel like you did like a talent show, or you were performing it or something like that at some point in your life. I wonder if this is you kind of returning to that kind of thing, returning to what it is that you really have been, maybe for a while, kind of denying in yourself or pushing to the side, or like, that's childish things, I wonder if you're bringing that back in and saying, no, you know what? That's what I really love. I want to do that. I want to find a way to squeeze that into my life somewhere. And if I got to squeeze other stuff out, I'm making room. And that, I think, is the Death card. You're making room in your life for what you truly love. And the Hierophant, you are becoming the person who is doing the thing. You want to become the best drummer in the world. Okay, well, if you love it that much, you're willing to practice, you realize that you're not the best drummer in the world now, but you're developing the skills of what you consider to be someone who is the best drummer in the world. What skills do they have, right? Well, they have good technique, right? They have a good grounding in different musical genres. They've practiced, and they've been consistent, and they've had fun. They've enjoyed doing it, right? So all these different qualities, right? Someone who is tenacious, someone who is enduring and steadfast, someone who is patient and tolerant, and someone who is fit and understands mechanics and whatever, all those kinds of qualities. This is you now developing those qualities. So this is the real goal. Not being the best drummer in the world, but going through the journey, the person you become on that journey. That's the real gold, But anyway, for you got also, if we stop there, that'd be fine. But you also have the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is saying, hey, you're really onto something here, because your deepest core desires here happen to be aligning with your destiny. So this is something that you're getting the assist of the universe for. This is something that you are truly meant to be doing in your life. Okay? Spirit's showing me an arm tattoo. I don't know why or what it is. It feels kind of big. I don't know if it's a face. I know it's a face or something. I don't know. So you got a big tattoo on the arm. Yeah. And I feel like you like it. I feel like you like showing it off. Yeah. Like, I don't know, maybe it's new or something. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of expansion. It's a card of cycles. It's a card of divine timing. And it might be that you having this sort of deep soul revelation, this deep awareness and acknowledgement, oh, there's an Ace of Cups down there. I better go pursue that, That timing seems to be aligning with something in the cosmic realm for you, in the spiritual realm. That there is this cosmic alignment that's saying it's no coincidence that you're having these feelings now. Because it seems like now there's a doorway, there's a portal, there's a passageway opening for you to travel to achieve this. And so your personal timing and the divine timing seem to be aligning. Okay? And I think that is remarkable. I think it's rare. And I think that it's very, very important that you take advantage of this. This is the spiritual timepiece. This is the cosmic wristwatch. It's saying, hey, if you want to go, it's time to go now. Oh, you know what you want to do? You have that Two of Cups feeling? You know who you are and what you love deeply more than anything? Well, good, because the train's here. So perfect timing. It's like you show up to the train station. You don't know where you're going or what train you're on. As soon as you step onto the platform, the train pulls up and the doors open. You say, well, I guess it's time for me to board. Okay? So this is really, really good. The Nine of Pentacles is the gain. Okay? You are gaining progress. You're making progress. It's the visible sign of progress in the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. Okay? So every dimension of life is improving, getting better and better and better. This is in the card of the difficulty or the fear, worry, concern. Okay? Now, why is this in the fear, worry, and concern? Well, because sometimes we think that if we're trying to follow what we love, that means we have to sacrifice the things that we sort of need to do. You know, it's like if I'm following my passion, then it means like, how am I going to earn money? How am I going to pay the bills, right? I think that whatever you're doing now is kind of taking care of everything. It's going to be something that you love to do that's also going to pay the bills. And it's also going to be a creative, spiritual thing for you, okay? So it has a benefit in every dimension. Every plane of being is going to see progress. Now, I don't know if it's necessarily the same thing, but one thing will assist the other. Finding what you love to do is going to make you better at your job, or it's going to be your job, right? It's going to be something that supports you and earns money, okay? The Four of Swords to me feels like it's the moment of truth. It's the moment where you say, okay, I'm just going to have to do it. No more debate, no more thinking, no more second guessing. It's a card of truce. It's not a card of peace. Okay, so it's not saying that like, I fully believe everything and I know everything and everything's fine and dandy. No, it's saying, well, I don't have all the answers, but I'm done asking the questions because all I can do now is act on this and see what happens. So it's that moment where we decide that all the rumination not really helping me anymore, so I'm just going to have to call a truce and say, okay, tentatively, I'll trust it. Let's go forward and see how things roll. Okay? We're not going forward with this kind of hubris or gusto or arrogance. We're saying, I don't know the answers, and I don't know everything. I don't have all the skills yet, but let's figure it out. I'm choosing to trust. I'm choosing to go forward with this, even if logically I don't have the whole plan. I don't know the answers, and I don't have all the details yet. Okay? So this is very good. I want to look at the mystery card. I want this to be fire, or I want it to be the Empress, because the Princess of Pentacles is always, always, always trying to transform into the Empress life. Okay? So, yeah, I'm thinking either maybe an Ace of Swords, or an Ace of Wands, or an Empress. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. Oh, the Knight of Pentacles. Well, that's okay too. Knight of Pentacles is a Capricorn energy. This is somebody who is looking at the future and kind of like having a vision of who I am, and where I am down the road. We're having a vision of the goal, and maybe that's important, that we need to be able to see ourselves doing that. Can I see myself traveling at the speed of light? Not really. Can I see myself as a professional baseball player? Yeah, I could. I could see that, you know? And so we have that vision, and then what do? We work our way backwards. You got to reverse engineer it. You got to take your long-term goal, you got to split it up into actionable steps, short-term and medium-term goals. And then there's nothing left to do but giddy up, yeah? And we're off, and we're moving forward. We're not leaping into it, not rushing forward with this crazy burst of energy. I feel like we're methodically and thoughtfully taking the first steps. We're getting the thing going. We're doing it in a way that is solid. We're trying to build it up from the ground. We're trying to really put in the good, solid work. So this isn't just a fleeting thing. If it's a Two of Cups, it's something you want to last. You want it to be in your life forever, right? So it's not just a flash in the pan. It's something where first things first. Got to get the roots, got to build the foundation. Then you got to put up the supports and the joists and all the whatever else to build a house. And I feel like this is now we're able to see the future. We're able to see ourselves living that life. What we're looking at is the Ten of Pentacles, or the Empress, right? We're looking at the result. And we're thinking, yeah, it's possible. I could see myself there doing that. Let's get to work, okay? Now, we're going to get to work doing an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's a link in the video description. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram and some oracle cards. New readings for Gemini Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.